Welcome, everybody, to the Filler Podcast.
AKA the Sweater Podcast.
AKA the
And,
Anders Podcast.
For true Swifter lore. We're here today with our wonderful friend Karina.
Wonderful friend Karina. Karina, tell
Big
us.
fan of the podcast.
Karina today is now inducted as an honorary Swifter. Karina, tell us a fun fact about yourself.
I guess I could just say, like, I unironically have only listened to Folklore the only way through. So I am halfway there.
That is unironically the entire amount of Taylor Swift intake that we prefer the people on this podcast to be at.
Okay.
Yeah. Life's been a little bit crazy, which is evident by the fact that at the time of recording this, we still don't have the third episode up, and we're recording the fourth one. So
it's entirely my fault.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna be honest, though. I had a really busy week too. So
my week's not been busy. I literally have been doing nothing. I just have also been doing nothing.
So yeah,
true.
it was your fault then.
It's entirely my fault. I take full accountability, responsibility.
Yeah, we're gonna blame you.
Cancel me if you want.
Okay, but
yeah,
like,
we're canceling you.
Lucas and I are both like, we just finished the semester of university, and I understand what he means. Like,
that's true.
After that, it was so bad.
You've kind of been because you're like a pre-med, right?
Yeah, I am.
Wow, you want to tell us about that?
I'm a sophomore, I guess, by credits. So my coursework is like different, I guess. But I'm trying my best.
So what do you like?
It's hard.
So how does that work out? Like, did you do like a bunch of like credits before you got in, or is it like completely like you took way more credits than you needed to? Or like
I did college credit in high school.
Okay.
So I got ahead, I guess. But
that's so real.
That makes sense. I don't think they would have done I don't think it's actually possible for a vocal performance major like I to do that, because I think the classes and like the track they want you to take is like so planned out.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Look, I'm gonna be real. If I don't know the structure of your college, but if it has like English, math classes, whatever, if you have college or AP classes, you literally don't have to take some of those classes. That's how I understand it to work.
Yeah, but I didn't do AP. Like, my high school just had like college credit classes. I didn't like AP.
AP sucks.
Yeah, I don't like AP either. I have AP English, Literature and Composition, and AP Human Geography back to back in the morning, and it is brutal.
Oh my gosh, I took Human Geography.
And then I have College Calculus. So I'm really living.
I did not take Human Geography. The way my high school did it, it was like the track for like an AP advanced student is like you're supposed to take Human Geography as freshman, and then take AP World History as a sophomore. But when I was doing it out, I was like, Human Geography is not required because you like only 3 credits are required. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna take Human Geography. So I just took AP World History as a freshman, and they were like, I didn't know you could do that, and I'm like, shocker, you can do that. And then so they took it off the freshman like course list, probably because of me.
Oh, well, I did World too.
It's crazy. I took AP World last year, and I actually really loved the teacher. And the funny thing is, he retired like right after last year. So, like the people who took AP Hug last year with the intention of maybe taking AP World this year were pretty much fucked.
That's kind of crazy. You and I had the exact opposite AP World History teacher, because my teacher, I think that was like his first year teaching. at all.
Oh God. Oh no, I heard horror stories from my friend's sister about this teacher's first year teaching AP World because he was just trying to figure out the structure of it. And I can see why it is loaded.
I mean, AP World
But
is like notoriously hard.
AP is such bullshit to begin with.
I know.
I hate College Board with my whole heart.
I mean, I thought AP World was fine when I took it low key, but I also
Actually, I didn't hate AP World, but I hate other AP classes.
oh yeah, other AP classes suck. I didn't take the AP Calculus exam.
I didn't take AP Calc, period.
Yeah, I'm taking College Calc, which I think is just as bad.
It's actually probably a lot better.
If this is better than what you're dealing with, I'd never want to know what you dealt with.
Oh well, I'm not taking any math class at all. I took a Java class at my university. Took as a math class because I'm like, I don't have the math credits to knock this out. But I'm just not. No way in hell I'm gonna not take the AP Calc exam and then walk into college and then take a calc class. Absolutely no way.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I tomorrow's my last day in 2023 as a senior, which is kind of crazy to think about. And also, I just got accepted to. Yeah, it's chill sometimes, but also it's kind of busy.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, I just got accepted to my first pick for college yesterday. So that was really exciting.
Congrats. Wow.
Jenna, please type it in the chat so you don't dox yourself, but I want to know.
Yes, I was going to say, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
I know, my mom went there too, so.
Okay, cool. Legacy.
Are you trying to do a film major, I think you said, or something else?
Yeah, I actually met the guy who heads the program. So that was cool.
That sounds great.
Yeah, so off me for a second. So you two are both ex-Texans.
Well, I'm currently in Texas.
So. I'm also currently in Texas.
Yeah, for the holidays.
Yeah.
But how's the experience been like shifting from that to like a different part of the country?
Oh, that's a complicated question, and we're gonna answer in different ways because we are very different.
Well, we're from two completely different parts of Texas, so we probably have different feelings about it.
Yeah.
I forgot Texas is that big sometimes.
Texas is huge.
Texas is more of a concept to me than a place.
Same, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, Texas has a lot of aspects of it that suck.
That is true.
But it's
traffic.
The
interstate.
The government.
That too.
The heat is terrible.
And then the random winter storm.
Yeah, that completely destroys everything is bad.
Yeah.
But it's not like I don't exactly not miss like my home that I've like spent forever in. So I still kind of love it, right? Because it's like I don't know.
So stupid question. Has it ever snowed in Texas like while you're there?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it snow often though?
No.
Okay. Because I know like south of the equator it's like barely ever at all, but I wasn't sure how close.
Well, we have like the random snowstorm that we've been having for the past few years where it's just like it randomly 1 week in February, it just like rains a bunch, snows a bunch, and then everything freezes over and like 20 people die.
Ted Cruz flies to Cancun.
Yeah.
That's the like sign of impending snowstorm is Ted Cruz going to Cancun.
It's true.
Exactly.
I wish he would go to I wish he would go to Cancun so that the Astros can win at Minute Maid Park. Low key.
Let's see. I don't think like one of my top choices for school is in Georgia.
Oh, I know. I
it's
think
like
I know which one it is.
Yeah, and it's like thinking like it's a cool place. I could see myself being here, but also I don't like Georgia's weather. Like
If it's the one that I'm thinking of, I mean,
being from Pennsylvania, it's like the weather is either sunny, humid in the summer, rainy, or snowing. And it's never in between.
okay, well, I used to live in Georgia, so I can tell you that the climate, like the East Coast climate in general, is like, I guess, somewhat similar for the most part, but like because you're in the South, it's about the same as you just described in Pennsylvania. You just don't get snow.
Yeah, and it also gets hotter down there.
True.
So I don't know how I deal with that because I don't like hot temperatures generally. Like I don't like the cold either, but
AC exists. Like the majority of us just sit in the AC for as long as humanly possible.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
is the
Honestly,
thing.
people talk about like seasonal depression in terms of like October and December. I feel like I low-key get like opposite seasonal depression. Like summer is like the most brutal time for me, just because it's like I can't leave the house because it's 100 degrees,
Especially in Texas,
especially
yeah.
in Texas, and like I don't know what to do.
see, it is so the opposite for me because I think for me it's like November to February. I just feel totally shit most of the time. Not this year. I feel better this year. Or maybe it hasn't hit yet. But yeah, because like it's like 30s, 40s weather and snowing or icy or just shitty and it doesn't feel good. Probably
Yeah.
like the inverse of how it feels in summer in the South.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in like Illinois when it's like snowy and stuff, for like like Christmas or whatever. But I've never I've never lived in a spot where there was like regular snow that you could like count on to just be there every year.
Well, I
Yeah.
live there now.
Oh, well.
And I don't know, is
That's
this off
true.
record or is this on the...
That's whatever you want.
We're currently on the record, so reveal as much as
Okay.
you want to reveal.
Yeah, okay. Well, the state that I'm currently going to school in does have regular snow, which is exciting.
Interesting.
Yeah, so my cousins, because they're a military family, they're in Kansas for a few years. So they're in the Midwest. And we went there for Thanksgiving, I think, one time. And it was, yeah, the Midwest definitely has a very unique climate, I think.
Yeah.
Also, they have
like,
some really good fucking barbecue.
it rains a lot.
Also,
I don't
some
know.
really good football. Yeah, go
true.
Green Bay.
And juice. But do you want to tackle the rest of the year-end list?
Yeah, we could do that. We could talk about that or the current Swift news, or we could close with the Swift news.
Yeah, we could close with the Swift news. I think that'd be fun.
Okay. So year-end lists. Me and Jenna are notorious opinion havers.
Yeah, we have opinions, shockingly.
Big consumers of art and media. Me and Jenna are. It's kind of what the whole podcast is about. We're not very good at keeping it on keeping it on topic, but
yeah, we're not good at coherency.
But so we have some albums, some songs, and some movies that are
Yeah, we covered some TV and YouTube suggestions last time, and miscellaneous. But
yes, miscellaneous stuff.
this time we're hitting the big hitters.
The big hitters this time. We're gonna have in-depth discussion about most of them.
Awesome.
So okay, so where do we want to start?
Let's start with songs.
All
I
right.
feel like songs are the most short,
Okay,
the least long-winded.
yeah, let's start with mine because I only have like 4 of them on my list.
It's true.
So start with probably, honestly, maybe my favorite song of the year. In terms of like how much I've like, I just feel like it's so good. In terms of how much I think it's so good. Can't Catch Me Now by Olivia Rodrigo off the
I have that on my list.
on
too.
the Hunger Games soundtrack.
Yeah,
It's so good.
It's got that quality to it. I just
Yeah, it's really got that. It's really got that like je ne sais quoi. That I love I love Olivia's, the way her delivery I think is good. I like the acoustic guitars. The section that really hooks me in though is the back half where it like the acoustic guitars become very percussive and she keeps repeating the "Can't catch me now, you can't catch me now" line. And it like builds and builds with like all these different vocal dubs and harmonies, and it's just, oh, it's so good.
I haven't listened to it.
What?
Oh, you have to.
Oh,
I didn't watch the Hunger Games movie.
No, it's not about the Hunger Games. It's about how good Olivia Rodrigo is.
Well, it's part of the soundtrack, right?
Well, kind of.
Yeah, it's released as a single for it.
Well, I haven't listened to it, but now I have to.
It's true.
No, it's good. Yeah, big suggestion.
Okay. Next single on my list is song off another soundtrack of another popular movie this year. What Was I Made For? By Billie Eilish.
We shared that one too.
Yes, we share that one too.
We share the first three.
We share the first 3. It's the 4th one that I have on my list.
Yeah,
that's unique. What Was I Made For is so good.
Hearing that in the theater, like I hadn't heard. I did reserve myself to not listen to any of that soundtrack before the movie, and I heard that song and with like the actress who played Ruth Handler, and I was like crying in the theater, and my mom was next to me. Oh my god. Great movie, great song.
Yeah, no, the song, like listening to it in theater was actually like an out of body experience. Like, why was it so sad?
Seriously. It was just like kind of the zaniness kind of dropped, and it was like just a straight like a stream of consciousness of just like humanity and
feel.
Yeah, I think the vocal performance is honestly like one of her airiest in terms of like how airy Billie Eilish can get. Like you can really hear the air on like hitting the microphone.
Yeah,
a little more than
definitely
more usual than the usual. I feel like
it's very breathy, but not in a bad way.
Definitely not.
And it's like it's kind of sound that she hadn't gone to before.
Yeah, I think it.
So it's really like I was not expecting that. I don't think.
Oh sure, it's super minimalist. It fits the movie. I love the way that Mark Ronson, I think he did the score. He took that.
Yeah, he arranged the soundtrack.
He took that theme and then he like put it in like key different spots throughout the movie. I particularly like the remix, the alternate version on the score when she first meets Ruth, and it's like something out of like the Up soundtrack.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene.
That's one of my favorite moments.
My mom like immediately recognized the actress.
Yeah, what's her name? Isn't she the What's her name?
I think she was in Cheers. I think that's where she knew her from. But let me look it up.
Wait a second. I actually feel like she's absurdly famous, but
Rhea Perlman.
yes, Rhea Perlman.
And she was on Cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah.
That's how my mom knew her.
She was in Matilda. I think that's where I know her from.
My mom is. You have to know, my mom is a huge Cheers fan.
Does she like Fargo?
Not
Fargo.
I don't
Not
know.
Fargo. No, not Fargo. The guy. The spinoff. What's his name? The doctor.
Oh, Frasier.
Frasier.
Yeah, she saw it. She
Frasier.
likes it.
I don't know why I said Fargo.
That's crazy.
Fargo is also good.
Fargo was a stretch.
Well, okay. I don't want to hear it.
I was gonna say, you have to know, my mom famously lukewarm relationship with Coen Brothers movies.
How does she have enough of a relationship to have a lukewarm relationship with him? I feel like that implies like she's like
She
grappling. with
doesn't
him.
like the Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, she kind of was mixed on Fargo.
That's kind of. I mean, I low key, I loved Fargo the first time I saw it.
I haven't seen it actually. We're getting too sidetracked.
We're far too.
As always.
We're far too tangented at the moment.
Tangential.
Shout out to the Tangent podcast.
For real.
So the third single on my list
All we do is
is a Vampire Empire by Big Thief, which was just kind of a song that they just dropped in the middle of the year
Song.
with no album.
Yeah, because they dropped it because it was getting popular on TikTok, and it was kind of like a track that they played it live before a few times, I think, and then they finally dropped it.
Yes. It was steeped in controversy because in the studio version they cut like a bit.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, I
Steeped
think
in controversy
I think
among
they were right to
pretentious
cut it because low key I think it sounds better without that line. But the Vampire Empire stands will kill me for that, even though I put it on my favorite songs of the year list.
Big Thief and Adrian Lenker just do something.
They're just
That's
incredible.
just.
They're just.
I don't think I've ever heard a bad song from either,
Oh,
like
absolutely.
solo or as part of Big Thief.
Definitely. And Vampire Empire, it's just like great construction and performance and songwriting. And I played it like a couple times on like guitar and singing it. It's not even that complicated. Like it's like two chords like for the entire time, but they just really use them in like really great ways. And I love the hook and I love the instrumentation. I feel like they were just really on their A game. I feel like I want to say like their New Warm Dragon Mountain album.
Their album from last year.
Yes. You know that album's really great, and I think previously they had more of like a spoken rock sound rather than like the last one, which was like it had some rock elements, but it's like low-key more of a folk album. But Vampire,
Yeah, they're definitely more in that lane right now.
Yeah, but Vampire Empire, I felt like it blended, blended all in a stew, all the elements that I felt was pretty great.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
All right, you want to get your Beatlemania out of the way?
Yeah, I put the new Beatles song on my list.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Because
I don't have much to say about
I feel like I had to because I think it's a pretty good song. And I love the Beatles unconditionally. I feel like.
This is a very known fact among people that know you.
Yeah.
Like peak Lucas core is Beatles.
Yeah.
Beatles, Ben Folds, also.
Ben Folds Public Service Podcasting.
Yeah, we'll get to all of them.
Oh yeah, that's true.
This is a big year for me. I can't lie. Yeah, now and then. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's like.
The context for people who don't know about it, it was basically like labeled as the last Beatles song because there was an unreleased John Lennon demo that Paul and Ringo added to.
Yeah, and I think George's part, they had his guitar part when they originally tried to do it in the 90s, but they gave up because they couldn't split the they couldn't get rid of
Yeah,
the
they didn't
noise.
have the technology.
Yeah.
And then Peter Jackson, the GOAT, came in with the technology.
Yes, his new demixing technology, which he just casually invented because he wanted to remake the Get Back documentary.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and then they yeah, I feel like I feel like now and then, even without the context, I feel like it's just a good enough song that I feel like I would have had it be one of my favorite songs of any year that it had come out in. I mean, yeah.
2023.
2023, man.
Yeah.
That's the end of my like single songs list.
Okay. So I have a little bit longer. It's not too long. So your philosophy was songs that were not going to be on albums that you were going to mention, and I thought that was a good philosophy to go with.
Oh, yes.
So there are songs here that I loved that I didn't put on here because they're going to be on albums that I'm going to mention. So No More Lies by Thundercat and Tame Impala.
Yes.
I hadn't heard that until I was listening through
very
the list.
strange, like, but it's just such a vibe.
It is. I fully agree.
It's just this combination of like psychedelic rock and like this like kind of R&B soul that
yeah. Honestly, I didn't hear like any noise about that song, so I am glad that you brought it up because it's really good.
It drops like a little bit in the year, and
I low-key didn't know that it existed until you put it on the list. And
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm glad though because it was actually really good. Thundercat I love. Tame Impala I think is pretty good.
Thundercat and Tame Impala are like such eclectic guys, and it makes so much. It doesn't make sense, but it makes so much sense that they made a song together.
Well, yeah, I mean, Thundercat loves linking up with people. I actually think his features
100%
are a little stronger than his like actual like solo music to some extent. His bass line is
he has a really good song with Little B.
He does?
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
And it's like partially like a tribute to Mac Miller.
Interesting.
Wait.
Yeah, it's called A Fair Chance.
I didn't know that. Oh my gosh.
I know I just like lit up lights in your brain because you put me onto Mac Miller. Low-key.
Oh my god, I did.
Yeah, you recommended the Divine Feminine a few years ago.
Yeah, changed lives with that one.
You truly did. My next pick is Younger and Dumber by Indigo D'Souza. This one I got on Discover Weekly this year, and it's like such like a it's one of those songs that like evokes really strong emotion from you, and I think it has great writing on it. I love her vocal inflections. I don't need to get too far into most of these. It's good. Check it out. Next one, because this technically came out this year.
Oh yeah,
is America
totally counts.
America Has a Problem remix of the Beyonce track with the Kendrick feature. I did not think there was a way they could make the song better, but they did.
Exactly.
And it was in rotation for like 2 months.
I will say though, when I was re-listening to this early in the morning, like 1 o'clock, I think like I noticed that I kind of remembered original like problem I had with it, where Kendrick's verse is like the first thing you hear on the remix.
True.
I like that though.
And then it goes into the rest of the song, but I feel like by the time you get into like the late part of the chorus of Beyonce's part, I feel like it's almost a different song at that point. Like it's like you've kind of forgotten that Kendrick was even on it.
See, I don't really have that issue because I feel like he fits the vibe and he kind of just pop song delivers like a good opening verse, and then it kind of gets into the like rest of the song.
I mean, that's a good point. I mean, the song is great. Kendrick's verse is amazing.
It was hard to make this a bad song.
Oh, totally. I mean,
sure.
I kind of wish it was on the actual album, though. Love to see if would have really elevated the album to have Kendrick just be on it and just you're listening to it and just like, oh yeah, Kendrick, come on, man.
Albums didn't even need elevating. But my next one was The Hillbillies, another Kendrick track with Baby Keem.
I feel like you put this on there, and I kind of wished I had put it on my list too.
Just silly, goofy, good time, and I can't stop listening to it ever.
It's so good.
It's so quotable. It's so fun.
I remember when it came out, everyone was like confused of what the point of the song was. But it was so good.
It was so good. There's so much chemistry between Baby Keem and Kendrick, obviously, and like they're just having a good time, and I am too.
Yeah, for real. I think I remember it was like when the Grammy nominations came out, and it was like the Hillbillies for rap performance. Do we really think this is going to win? They're just like hopping up on the mic and just having fun, and I'm like. Absolutely, I think the Hillbillies should win. Performance. It's an amazing performance.
Amazing.
I love the Messi and Neymar shout outs. I like
Neymar.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it to Neymar.
Yeah.
I don't buy anything, I buy land.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So catchy. Next one was I Made For It, we covered it. Next one, Rush by Troye Sivan.
Oh my gosh.
I was surprised you put that on your list, actually.
Why?
I was thinking it over. I was like, no, this song still fucks.
It fucks so hard.
Yeah.
Like, nothing I've ever heard from Troye Sivan has ever sounded like this, and I don't know why.
It's a house song.
I kind of like One of Your Girls better from that album, though. That's kind of my favorite song from that.
I like that song. I don't love that song, but Rush is just like it doesn't lose steam anyway through.
Well,
it's
only like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so I feel like
it's a good time the whole time.
Yeah,
it's just a good like dance pop song. It's good house.
Yes,
this should be at every dance party if you have it.
Yes.
Vampire Empire covered it. Spirit 2.0, Sampha. I haven't heard the full Sampha record, but I'm sure I'll love it. Sampha is just really good.
I think Sampha is just one of those like R&B artists that are just like he makes a song, it's good. I mean, like
exactly.
He just kind of it's great. I feel like R&B is like kind of a unique genre and like that, where like if you're a great R&B artist, you just like are in a constant, consistent bag where everything you make is like consistently pretty good.
Yeah, I think
depends.
Definitely. I feel like the most prominent R&B artists are not my favorite R&B artists, and it's kind of weird because like one of them, Brent Faiyaz, like I went to listen to his last album, not the last album, like the one from 2021, I think, or 2022. I didn't like it.
Oh.
Like the skits, I didn't like the skits. There were way too many of them and none of them were good. And he felt creepy a little bit. And
you listened to the one from 2021? Wasteland?
Wasteland.
Or
yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. There are a few songs that I liked, but a lot of them I was just like, the production is kind of like
lacking.
Like the production. It was kind of like I can't find the word for it.
I'm glad you brought that up though, because I remember this album when it came out. It was like so highly anticipated, and everyone was expecting it to be this like groundbreaking thing. And I never really revisit this album like ever.
I gave it a 2 on I gave it a 2 on Rate Your Music and moved on with my tie.
I remember when you were listening to that album because you were like, guys, this Brent Faiyaz album is not very good. Like several times in the group chat, and you were like, Jenna, I don't know who's forcing you to listen to this Brent Faiyaz album, but we've never heard of this guy.
You've never heard of Brent Faiyaz?
That's kind of crazy.
Not before Jenna did. I mean, I think I did, but like I hadn't thought, like, he's not consistently in my mind that I'm like Brent Faiyaz. Oh yes.
Honestly,
That's
I
fair,
would
though.
say he's the most consistent. I prefer like Giveon, if you guys know who that is.
Oh,
I feel
yeah,
like you
yeah.
probably should by now.
Pete from Peaches.
It's the Heartbreak Anniversary.
Is he the one with like the extremely low voice, like low key?
Yes.
Yeah. He's great. He's great.
He's very consistent, I think.
I think Daniel Caesar also on that Peaches.
And Daniel
I've
Caesar.
listened to some Daniel Caesar recently. I do like what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think there are a lot of interesting R&B artists right now, and Sampha's definitely like top tier.
I agree.
Also, what's her name that we listened to? You shut it at me. That Mother album.
The what?
What?
Cleo Soul.
Oh, I love Cleo Soul.
Yeah, Karina put me onto her. Low-key.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that album was really good. That Mother album.
Well, Lucas, I don't think you were on my Twitter when I made that tweet about SZA and Cleo Soul.
Oh my god.
I think I missed that one.
We're in such like discussion about that.
No, I got into deep shit with that tweet. Like, it was bad.
Well, wait, what was your take? You got.
So, I've been a SZA fan for like years, and I said something along the lines of like, for me, she doesn't really do it anymore. Like, a lot of her like recent songs just don't sound as good as her older songs, and like they just like the content, like the lyrical content, just doesn't do it for me anymore.
Okay.
And I was like,
I think the original tweet was that Cleo Soul is SZA for healed women,
yes.
which I can agree with.
I think that's a fair take. Even if you love SZA, I feel like that's a fair take.
Yeah, but like SZA's great. I'm not gonna say she's bad by any means, but I feel like I've outgrown a lot of her music. Yeah. And I've moved on. Yeah. So Cleo Soul, she's up there for me right now.
Shout out to Cleo Soul.
Shout out Cleo Soul.
For real.
Next, I couldn't choose between these songs. I have been a big country music hater for all my life. And this year I got into a little bit of country music. It finally got to me.
Oh yes, the new Zach Bryan album.
So I remember everything in Tourniquet from Zach Bryan's new album. Shout out. Great voice. Great songwriting. I love his sound.
Oh yes.
I still haven't listened to it.
It's like a beacon of light for country music.
I've been meaning to.
And he's not racist.
Yay.
Wow.
He's not.
Or a Trump supporter.
No, he's not. And he like is for workers' rights because all my homies. He made a live album called All My Homies Hate Live Nation.
That's real. That is so real.
Country music. First base artist.
As someone who lives in Nashville, Tennessee, Zach Bryan presents an existential horror to the current state of Nashville, making the biggest country music in the world in Oklahoma. And actively being against Nashville in their ways and making music that sounds nothing like it. I think give it like 10. I think give it like 5 years. Nashville's going to be looking for their version of Zach Bryan.
Of course.
With a varying or less amount of authenticity. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out of my university, frankly. Whether that be me or someone else. But I liked the new Zach Bryan album. It was good. I liked it. I haven't really listened to it much, but I remember everything's a good track.
if you're like a I hate country music person, fuck Morgan Wallen, fuck like a Jason Aldean or whatever. Listen
Yes.
to Zach Bryan or this shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been told to listen to Zach Bryan a few times now. So,
Zach Bryan is definitely for
I'm
the country music for
I'm not.
people who can't stand country music at all.
I mean,
Or and for people who do like country music, but maybe not like super mainstream country music.
Oh yeah,
I like Tyler Childers.
he's in the same.
I
He's in the
heard
same
him
boat.
do his
So,
songs. I like
yeah.
what he's doing too.
Tyler Childers. I've listened to a few of his stuff. He seems a little more. What's the word? Like,
Like folklorical in a way. Well, not
yeah.
folklorical,
Well, I
like
was gonna say
more
like
folk
Yeah.
sound.
his music is more like you're in a barn and there's like a
He
washboard.
definitely has more of
In
a
a bar.
kind of like a square dance kind of feel to it.
Yeah, exactly. Like square barn burner music.
That's fair.
Tyler
Which is like it's fun.
Zach-
It's a neat sound.
Zach Bryan definitively makes alcoholism music. It's alcoholism country music.
Alcoholism.
Zach Bryan makes healing from trauma music.
Oh,
Zach
okay.
Bryan-
Well, that's
But okay, maybe not. But maybe not that far.
Zach, he's a white boy with feelings. We love him for that.
real. Yeah.
Speaking of feelings,
My Love, Mine, All Mine by
Oh,
Mitski.
this no. Oh my God.
I heard this song and I fell in love with it. It's so gorgeous.
It's been TikTokified. How do we feel about the takeover?
you should have expected it.
This is one of those examples of a good TikTok song.
That's fair, but I like every other scroll is just that song. I've kind of gotten tired of it at this point.
Honestly, this is one of those ones like Bad Habit that I could scroll past like 50 videos with the song in it and I still like the song. It's just that good. It doesn't get old for me.
Well, if we want to talk about Bad Habit, that's a different thing because I'm also tired of Bad Habit. Maybe it's just a me thing.
Bad Habit is great.
I think I'm less tired of Bad Habit now that the hype's died down.
Yeah, I don't hear
I
it
can go
every
back
single
to
day
it more
now.
comfortably.
I don't know. I like Steve Lacy. I feel like there's better Steve Lacy songs. And that, in my opinion, hot take.
There might be one or two, but I think it's definitely like it deserved to make him a big star. Okay, next one. This was okay, so this is one from an artist that's in my albums, but this is not from the album. It's Tamada. By Kali Uchis.
I did not know you listened to Kali Uchis.
Oh, she is always in rotation.
She's mother, literally mother.
She is on my Spotify Wrapped. But yeah, she's. I mean, I haven't heard a bad project from her, and
For
I don't
sure.
think Orchideas is going to be any different.
I'm sorry. The pronunciation is like. I appreciate the effort.
Totally butchered it because I forgot the spelling of the title. So
Yeah, as a Latina, I love Kali Uchis. Her music is such an amazing blend of like older music that I grew up on, and then like with like newer aspects to it, if that makes sense. Like she's doing everything right. I love it.
She ventures into so many different styles and she does all of them well.
Yeah, and I'm specifically like the fact that you pointed out Te Mata by her is like, because that song is like the style of the song is like so different from everything she's done before.
Definitely. Somebody pointed out that Te Mata sounds kind of like a telenovela a little bit. And the music video obviously accompanies that, but
the music video is so beautiful.
That's like the best way you can describe it. I have Can't Catch Me Now, which has already been discussed. Backseat Girl by Jane Remover.
When I saw that this was on your list, I was kind of low-key surprised.
This was a recent discovery.
I think
This is a Discover Weekly find.
I had never heard this. I had heard of the New Jane Remover album.
Me too.
And I hadn't heard it. So I think this is one of the instances where I think you actually are on a music nerd album before I am.
That's wow. That's high praise. But yeah, I think I'll listen to the full album definitely eventually because I like this song is great. It's like 6.5 minutes. It's just this continuously building experience of a song. Great. Yeah. Fantastic. My final one, I haven't heard this album in full yet. Forgive me. Kingdom Hearts.
Oh.
Kingdom Hearts Key by JPEG Mafia, Danny Brown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard this recently, and I've just been listening to it a lot recently. It's so it's so addictive.
Honestly, can I speak? I don't know.
Oh, go for it. No one, go for it. Speak.
I love I love JPEG Mafia. This album was great, but I don't really know. Like, it was this song and then the one that he did with Red Veil that everyone. Oh wait, it's this one. It's this one.
Yeah.
I do not understand what is so amazing about that song specifically because every time I ask someone what their favorite song on that album is, it's that one. I'm like, there's other good songs on the album, and I don't really know like what is making it stand out so much.
I haven't heard the full album, so maybe I would like one of the other songs more and include it, but
well,
yeah, it just has this really unique sample and like like the great bars, and it's so unique.
JPEG Mafia's ability to like take a sample and like integrate it into a song is literally like unmatched. I will die on that hill. Like the way that he incorporates samples into songs is just so amazing.
He's super underrated as a producer. Do you want to get into albums next, since we're already into music?
Yes, but I did want to say that to potentially answer your question, Karina, about, I do have a theory that the album is like so consistent in terms of like its sound and its vibe, and it's like all the songs are like roughly the same length. It's like it just very in the pocket the entire time. I actually think that the internet chose a song at random.
Honestly, yeah.
They're just like, what's the one track that we're gonna say is like this album?
The track with Red Veil.
The track with Red Veil, yeah.
Because Red Veil is also like a very like underground like gem, kind of beloved by the people who, if you know kind of thing.
Yeah, actually, Red Veil might be the sole reason, just because there's like a different person, like a third person on it.
Because he's like a quirky choice for a favorite rapper.
True.
Even if it's low key a wrong choice, because I don't
know. I'll go first for albums. I realized I did not listen to many albums this year.
That's totally
from this year. I listened to a lot from last year, which is kind of depressing that I can't include any of them. But I have "Let's Start Here" by Lil Yachty.
Love.
Fantastic transition to psychedelic rock from like insane transformation.
I like how he low-key did it right. Like he included the right amount of like soloing that it would have required. And
he doesn't do too much, but he doesn't do the bare minimum. He definitely wants this album to be as good as it can be, and it is.
For sure. I definitely also like how he included, obviously he still has like a bunch of auto-tune on his voice. His like vocal style hasn't really changed, but I do like how he brings that sort of vocal style to like psychedelic rock, and honestly it might be one of the most successful examples of like blending in like trap and electronic influences into like that sort of like rock space.
For sure.
Yeah, it definitely fits. And I think like the Black Seminole is such a good tone setter.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Like once you hear the Black Seminole, you're like, okay, this is real like shit.
That riff is nasty.
Exactly.
Low-key, my favorite track on the album was "To Reach the Sunshine" album, the Sunshine song.
Yeah, and the Black Seminole is not even my favorite song from the album. That's the crazy part.
I also like running
Out of Time.
Running Out of Time. That one was also good.
I like Drive Me Crazy.
Agree.
Drive Me Crazy is a very fun song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty.
It's funny.
Reach the Sunshine. We Reach the Sun. That middle stretch is really good.
I low-key
Pretty literally just recently left my rotation. Like it's been on rotation since the album came out.
In January.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think any other January albums have had like the same amount of steam for me. Like it's really just been
For sure.
that consistent.
Yeah, well, nothing big really dropped much in the beginning of the year, so it kind of gave this album more exposure.
That's fair.
Because
It was
of that.
it was number one for me for a while.
And like that's totally fair because why wouldn't it? Another good album that dropped early in the year, Red Moon and Venus, Caliucci's.
Again, so good. So good.
I liked it.
It's
That's it.
Well,
very
yeah, I mean,
lukewarm
I
taste.
thought it was good. I thought she had like good vocal stuff. I thought like the melodies and the tones were good. I felt like lyrically, I thought it was like kind of in a very simple bag that
a
was
little
minimalist bag, and I thought it could have been doing like a lot more in contrast to how good the music I thought was.
Mm,
This is true, and that's also why it isn't higher. But I still like if you love Caliucci's, like you obviously have probably already heard it, but like you love this album definitely if you
Yeah.
love Caliucci's. 3, I count this as an album because
It counts.
it is like an album length edition. Call Me If You Get Lost, yeah, Estate Sale. It's Tyler the Creator. What do you want?
yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
rapping over great beats. He's rapping with like a lot of fire, a lot of retro, like perspective. Sorry Not Sorry is also like really like has a lot of perspective on his career.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Sorry, not sorry. That song, when that dropped, I literally could not listen to any other song. It was, I don't know what it was about it. It was just so addicting, but it was so good.
Yeah, and I really hope he drops something more soon because a year
We're
without a Tyler
starving.
the Creator album is just
We're starving.
not a real year.
We're currently starving, even though he released like 10 new tracks.
I know.
Yeah,
The estate sale for me, I think I kind of took too long to get into it, so it didn't really have the impact for
that's
me.
fair.
I loved Call Me If You Get Lost in 2021. I listened to it like
Call Me If You Get Lost is great too.
but the estate sale
Such a good
I
album.
just didn't really live with the estate sale like that. So I like Dogtooth. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I don't go back to the Estate Sale like a ton, but I still loved most of the tracks on it.
Listen, he wants nothing in return. Okay,
Yeah, he wants something in return.
what a great man.
It's real.
Yeah, he's so selfless. All right, top 2. Probably pretty predictable. But did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard?
I did not know that.
This is Lana's best album yet.
Yeah.
Point blank.
I think there's an argument that NFR is like probably maybe
There's an argument,
better.
but I went back and forth on it for a bit, and I was like, I think I prefer Ocean Boulevard a little bit.
They're close.
Oh my gosh, forgive me. I haven't listened to all of Did You Know That There Was a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard yet?
Oh, it's so good. It's such a great
Yeah.
experience.
But I have listened to NFR and I absolutely love NFR. So
Yeah, if you love NFR, I don't think there's much doubt that you'll probably love Ocean Boulevard. It's got so much going for it. It's so sonically like concise and just like lush, and like her vocals are probably the best they've ever been. And her songwriting is actually really good on it. She has some really interesting song concepts on it that she hadn't really explored before. So it's a very holistic experience.
I thought it was low key. She should have dropped NFR, waited the full length of time between NFR and now, and then released Ocean Boulevard.
You didn't like the albums in between?
They were such a waste of time.
Chemtrails was mid. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you agree? So you completely agree with me?
Yeah. And then Blue Banisters was really forgettable in my opinion. But
Blue Banisters is very mixed bag.
Yeah, it's just I don't agree with you entirely, but I can see why you have formed that opinion.
I just think NFR and Ocean Boulevard are so like uniquely good compared to the rest of Lana's catalog. Even like the albums in between, that I feel like if it was just NFR and then Ocean Boulevard, right now we would be talking about like consistent Lana drops. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like I mean, people still talk about her in like terms of GOAT status. No matter how you feel about her.
For me, my favorite is and always will be Ultraviolence. So
that's kind of
I love Ultraviolence.
Probably my third favorite.
Really?
Yeah, behind NFR, I think.
I absolutely love Ultraviolence and NFR. Those are definitely my top two, but
you know what album I kind of like?
Which one?
Honeymoon.
Oh.
You said that with the knowledge of how I was going to react. That's my least favorite Lana album. It's so forgettable. It's so like
that's kind of better than Ultraviolence, I think. I mean, it sounds like a Bond. It sounds like a Bond theme. Every song is crazy. I love the strings. It's so good.
There's just nothing about it that sticks with me. There's nothing about it that's anything less than forgettable.
I mean,
or anything more than forgettable.
There are a few songs that I like.
There are a few songs that I like, but I wouldn't say I go back to them.
I mean, that's fair, but you need to understand the perspective that I low-key kind of actually dislike Ultraviolence.
I realize this, and I dislike that opinion.
That's such a bad opinion. Why do you not like Ultraviolence?
I think it kind of sounds bad. Like, there are parts of it that I don't like the sound of. Like, I think her singing is, like, kind of bad.
Well,
okay, so you listened to Shades of Cool and you said that. Anyway.
Well, I liked some of I liked some aspects of Ultraviolence. So I thought that she was cooking to some extent. Like I thought that there were some parts where I was like,
some extent.
I was like, okay, she has like an idea here and she's like fleshing it out and she's like adding a lot of different elements into it. Like I see the appeal, but it's more of like the actual like what of it versus like the how or why.
I think she sounded beautiful on the album, but you are allowed to have your own opinion, Lucas. In fact,
I mean,
I appreciate you.
She had like perfect vocal control, but I don't think she really needed it for that kind of album.
Yes.
I mean, for what it's worth, I thought she sounded a lot better than Born to Die, which
I can agree with that.
Born to Die is kind of bad.
Born to Die is I kind of like Born to Die, but it's really overrated.
It is overrated.
Like, there are songs that I like, but I can still see that there are flaws in those songs anyway.
There's a song, I can't remember what it was, but she's like low-key singing in like an anime Twitch streamer voice, and I kind of dig it.
Oh my god.
So valid. There are so many songs pre-NFR that are like, what was she cooking?
Yeah, who let her
That's so real, actually.
Who let her cook?
Who let her cook?
Okay. One that surprise, Guts.
Guts.
I have I have such an obsessive relationship with Olivia Rodrigo in the least parasocial way possible.
I have an obsession with Olivia Rodrigo in probably the most parasocial way possible. I can't lie.
Oh my god.
Um, but look, I'm a teenage girl. You can't fault me for liking Olivia Rodrigo. It's literally impossible.
That's real. Her album is just I have listened to this one. So I think it's so teen girl core. Like
And it's like everything that was good about Sour, but better.
A lot
amplified.
better. Yeah, look.
Yes.
Just make it bigger and better.
It's like
Do everything as good as possible.
it's like 12 it's like 12 all killer no filler tracks.
Yes.
Every bag she was in Sour, she is like doing just a lot more. Like the ballads are more ballady, and
Are more like fleshed out and structured.
and the rock songs are more rocky.
And there are more rock songs.
A lot more rock
like,
songs.
One of my biggest
Yes.
takeaways from Sour is like, I love Brutal and I love
Good for you.
like Good for You. She should do more of
She
this.
should do more of it.
And she did.
One of the best songs she's ever done was the live rock version of "Jealousy, Jealousy" on "Driving Home."
Oh my gosh.
Ah,
Oh my god.
she low-key her rock bag is just so like good.
It's incredible the way she's able to go from like a Lacey to like a ballad of a homeschool girl, and it just works.
Yes.
It doesn't
it's
feel
so good.
Ballad of a Homeschool Girl might be like actually if it's not Catch Me Can't
It's
Catch Me
her
Now,
best song.
it's Ballad of
We
a
can
Homeschool
agree
Girl.
with that.
It's so good.
God, it's so catchy. I feel like I know every word by now.
Oh.
And it's not like an easy song to know every word.
Yeah, like there's kind of a lot of words in Ballad.
There kind of are. So that's my list of albums.
Okay.
Short, but sweet.
We can get to my list, which is longer. Okay. I have
I'm
11.
gonna be honest, I haven't heard all of these.
That's
So I don't have a lot
I
to say
also
on those.
haven't. Yeah.
that's fine. I could just explain and talk. Okay, number 11, Get Up EP by New Jeans.
Okay, I know this one. I can cook it.
New Jeans kind of fucks though.
New Jeans is great.
They fuck. Period.
best.
I love New Jeans.
They're probably the only K-pop group that I listen to, and I'm like, okay, the music is so good.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the only K-pop group like you can start just like humming Super Shy, and like people around you will be like just vibing.
Oh,
Yes.
for sure. The music is so
What's
good.
your ETA?
What's your ETA? Low key.
Literally.
I one of the most indicative there's a story told by one of the producers on Get Up, which was like they were sending in their submission application and they were in talks for the New Jeans to produce Get Up, and they were like, so how much K-pop experience do you have? And they were like, well, actually not that much. This will be the first K-pop thing I've worked on. And they were like, that's exactly what we're looking for. We're trying to do something completely different.
yes.
And it shows.
That's real.
It really shows.
K-pop needed this like revitalization of like a new kind of vein.
Honestly, I
feel like
yeah.
it's a little homogenous because there are a lot of good like groups, but when they all sound so similar, how do you weed out like the best?
That's true.
And
That's very true.
kind of just is like cutting their own cloth.
Yeah, because I think most groups, they tend to go for like the aesthetic appeal and like the dance and like.
Oh, yeah, it's about marketing mainly.
I mean, I'm a huge New Jeans fan. I have no idea any of their names. Okay, I barely look at the videos.
And that's fine.
It's just the tunes are so good. It's like they actually make music, guys.
They actually make music. It's crazy.
They make music. Isn't that crazy that a K-pop band make music? The K-pop stands are going to be mad at us for this one.
Do K-pop fans even watch the Swifter podcast?
I hope not. If you're a K-pop stan, you are not welcome here unless you stan New Jeans. We love you.
We're conditionally approved here.
For sure.
Yes.
All right.
Number 10 is The Loveliest Time by Carly Rae Jepsen.
I haven't heard most of this album, but what I've heard of it is good, and Carly Rae Jepsen just is really good.
Yeah, I actually think it's impossible for Carly Rae Jepsen to make a bad album.
Has she ever made a bad album since like she debuted?
Since Emotion, well, yes.
Since Emotion, she's been on a hot streak.
It's true. A consistent hot streak, for sure. Yeah, Loveliest Time, great single.
I have something to say about Carly Rae Jepsen.
Okay.
People are like they go to her concerts and it's like all gay men, and they're like, "What were you expecting?" I would expect a lot of like millennial women and teenage girls.
That's true.
Personally,
is it even gay men that are listen to Carly Rae? It actually might be the.
I don't think she makes gay music. I just think she is a woman in like mainstream pop.
No,
I don't know what her target audience is.
I think
she doesn't really have a target audience. I don't think.
Carly, listen. Carly Rae Jepsen is the My Little Pony of pop music.
Oh, elaborate.
My Little Pony, made by a woman, for the girlies.
Oh,
music
for the girlies. That's real.
Inexplicably loved by the bearded straight chubby guys. Okay. Inexplicably. Carly Rae Jepsen's the exact same situation. Emotion is a music nerd staple.
This is true. You look at any Fantano's fan albums discussion.
It's always going to be Emotion. What's crazy is that he gave the album like a 7, so he didn't even give it that positive of a score. But it's so associated with the community, like, anyway.
That's the funniest part.
But the
it's Fantano core without actually being Fantano core.
It's true. There's some other albums like that.
This is true.
But The Loveliest Time, people were saying that it was better than The Loneliest Time. Honestly, for terms of the bops, that might be true. But who's to say?
I still listen to the title track from The Loneliest Time.
That song is great.
It's so good.
And then I put Delusional by Dev Lemons.
Is this an EP or is it a full album?
This is an EP, I'll say.
Okay, I felt like that.
Dev Lemons is a YouTuber who makes music commentary videos, who also has an EP that came out this year. That's also really stinking good, in my opinion.
She's also a legitimate musician.
She's really good, I feel like. She makes like...
She's not like Paul.
She makes something I would say like... I would call it like hyperpop, maybe?
Oh.
I wouldn't call it specifically. It's like somewhere between like hyperpop, bedroom pop, that kind of shit.
But you get what I'm saying. Like it's like that sort of like quirked up bedroom pop, like synthcore.
Quirked up.
Quirked out.
Like a lot of autotune, a lot of crazy arpeggios and stuff.
I've been in my bedroom pop bag lately. I'm not gonna lie.
Diva doobie.
I've been into Men I Trust like so much lately.
Oh yeah, I want to get into them more honestly.
It's so good.
Shout out to the Men I Trust. Their name being a kind of a joke because it's like the
Men I Trust with the lead singer being a woman and the two like founding guys being guys.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The Paramore model.
Paramore framework for success.
The Paramore framework for success. I think there was more guys in Paramore than there currently are. Originally.
Yeah. They're like 4 or 5 and one of them went off to be a rapper.
And then one of them
What?
And then 2 of them went off to be evangelical Christian conservatives.
Oh.
How does this happen with Paramore of all groups?
That's a great point. Who knows? They were like they wrote up this crazy manifesto, being like, "Listen, some of these lyrics in these Paramore albums go against what's taught in the Bible," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
That is insane.
You're like, yeah, no shit.
Okay, and then I put "Let's Start Here" by Lil Yachty.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then I put I'm
I love
surprised.
Yachty.
I'm surprised this album didn't make your list low key. "Bewitched" by Leve.
That's because
my
I haven't
gosh.
listened to it in full.
What? That's crazy.
I didn't
Okay,
get.
wait,
I
how
was
do you
planning on
how do you
listening
say her
through
name?
your suggestions,
I
and I
think-
just didn't get the time to.
It's either Lauve? I forget. I
Leif,
think
it's Leif.
it's Leve?
Leve?
Lauve?
Leif, yeah.
Leve. It's like,
Sure.
Oh.
it's like Icelandic.
Okay, is it like Bjork or Bjork? I don't know how to, is that how you say it? I don't know.
Björk,
I knew that was going to be the reference point. Bjork.
Yeah.
Björk.
This was my first concert in Ireland.
Oh my gosh.
I am Björk, and I am going to drive through your television and get you.
Leif is for people who think they're cool for liking modern jazz.
Well,
Okay. I mean, maybe.
But affectionately.
affectionately.
There's a whole Adam Neely video where he breaks down whether or not Leve is jazz or not. It's
I feel like she like adult contemporary jazz kind of pop.
Yeah, I would put it in like the same bag as like Frank Sinatra albums or whatever, where it's like, you know, she can do like a standard, and it's like she's bringing in like the orchestra, and it's like sort of that mid-century pop music kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's kind of that. It's called jazz, but it's not really jazz.
Yeah, it's like jazz's like less cool like sibling.
More white cousin.
Exactly.
But
More white cousin.
to be fair, Leif is not white. That's just the comparison here, like with Sinatra or whatever.
Yeah, I think she's like half like Chinese, I think.
I'm not that into the Leif lore.
That's fair. And then I put an album that you definitely haven't listened to because you're completely fake. This New Noise by Public Service Broadcasting.
I know they released an album this year.
Listen, you just don't care about me enough to actually listen to Public Service Broadcasting.
I was busy.
I read that at first and I thought you were talking about PBS.
And things to do.
Like, I genuinely did not know that this is an artist.
Well, of course.
I don't know who this person is.
It's a band. For one. It's a band from band for Britain, from England.
Oh.
They make like art rock.
Derogatory.
That goes into like it's like they're like history, like nerd art rock, and so they make like concept albums based on like
nerds.
Based on like historical periods. This New Noise it was done for like the 100th year anniversary for the BBC, and so it's like a orchestral art rock piece, live album piece, that kind of like musically details with like audio samples from like the radio and stuff, basically like detailing the history of the radio and the BBC specifically.
This concept is very interesting. I've never heard of anything like this.
Yes, they have another. Their last album was a tribute to Berlin, Germany.
I listened to the Race for Space on your request, and I liked it, but I'm not sure it really hit the same for me as it did for you.
Oh, that's completely fair. The Race for Space is about.
I'm not sure it's me core as you core.
Yes. The Race for Space is about the space race, and they have another album about like a Welsh mining community that got like
what?
Incredibly niche.
I sound crazy trying to explain this, but this is really cool.
You really do.
Um. Okay.
You don't want to, you can move on.
Then I put "Live at Bush Hall" by Black Country New Road.
I heard about this. I haven't listened to it though, because I'm not into Black Country New Road like that yet.
Yes, it's really good. I actually saw they toured. I think they're still touring this set. But I saw this set live in Houston.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's so good. It's actually better live than it is on record. I'll say that.
Well, I mean, it is called Live at Bush Hall.
Yes.
So
Well, it's a full it's like a live concept piece. So it like
that's a live album.
there's no studio version for it. But
I like live albums and concepts.
yeah. I actually it's actually crazy. I've actually been thinking of like I've actually been like a live album concept that is all original music and it doesn't exist in the studio form, only the live album, is actually kind of something that I've been thinking about and like kind of wanting for kind of a long time. So it's kind of crazy that two of my favorite bands in the exact same year both did it with Public Service Broadcasting and Black Country New Road.
Honestly, this is so interesting. I've never heard of both of these bands before.
Oh yeah, they're really good. I recommend.
Black Country New Road is so music nerdcore.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay.
This is just making me realize that I only listen to mainstream music, essentially. Maybe I have to tap
I
in.
realized that a long time ago,
You should
and
tap in.
I've been trying
You should tap into you should tap into Black Country New Road. I think if either of these two bands are going to be something that you listen to, it's probably going to be Black Country New Road.
Public Service Broadcast is definitely less accessible.
They're a lot less accessible. Black Country New Road is that album, especially Live at Bush Hall, is very like melodic. Very they're kind of working on like standard kind of songwriting stuff, but in a way that's like very art rocky as well. But it's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
And then I put two.
so these next two are real sneaks.
Sneaks?
I'm
That's
gonna be
crazy.
so real with you. These are we even qualifying these as 2023 albums?
Yes, I am. Stop. I need you to chill.
Oh my god.
Okay, so 4, I put Stop Making Sense 2023 Remaster by the Talking Heads, which is the album version.
Yeah, the concert film got re-released in theaters this year, so I'm assuming this accompanied that.
It did. I think it should be a substantial remaster. I mean, it's kind of standard, but it's so good. It's like maybe one of the best albums of all time, probably. I'm not even joking.
No, I don't doubt that you're not joking.
It's so good. Listen to it. Actually, no matter who you are, probably need to listen to Stop Making Sense. For your soul, probably. You got to dance to it too, but I actually think it's impossible not to dance to some of these songs.
All right, you gotta move on.
Yes. Number 3 is the Beatles 1962 to 1966 2023 edition. Okay, so this is actually a substantial remix, and they added more songs onto it. It's all their early stuff going up to 1966, which it's, I mean, really, this was like probably, I think this was like one of the albums that I had to have listened to the most this year. It kind of dropped in November, and I just played it over and over again.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Why did this make the list and not the other like new edition of Beatles era?
That's a great point. It's because that's a great question. It's because I just like it better. I don't know how to describe it.
Just like it more.
Well, I mean, the late era, I listened to the records like all the time, like kind of in full. And so those songs I'm a lot more familiar with. versus this newer era. I have listened to all the albums, but you know, that collection, I've listened to these songs a lot more in the context of the compilations, like the one compilation and then like the Red album, which is this is like a remix of. And also in terms of the 2023 edition, they had to newly remix a lot of the tracks on 2000 on the Red album versus the Blue album, which there was only like a few of them that were new remixes, and so a lot of them were just like pasted over from previous remixes that they already done, like going back from like 2015, 2017, like 2019 and stuff.
All right, and then
oh yes, I included Guts by Lou Rodrigo at number 2. Guts.
Period. Guts.
It's so good. We already talked about this. And then Lucas's number 1 album of the year.
Can you guess?
What matters? What matters most by Ben Folds. Literally nobody talked about this album because nobody cares about Ben Folds. Even the people who care about Ben Folds don't even know he released it.
I don't know who this is.
Yes, you do. Have you ever seen the movie Over the Hedge?
Yes.
He did the songs in that movie.
Oh.
That's
Awesome.
such a random fact.
Yeah, I haven't tapped in since then. I don't
Famous
know.
2000s animated movie Over the Hedge.
Yes, of course.
I do. I love that movie as a kid, though.
Oh, it's so good. I low-key was a Ben Folds fan my entire life because I loved the songs in that movie.
That's kind of inspirational.
All right. So I think you can start off the movies because I think you have less. I
do have less. Okay.
Oh.
Number 7. Okay, so to preface this list, this is like a. I'm actually gonna add a list, and add a movie like last minute. Not on my list that I sent to these people.
Oh.
Godzilla -1 is one of the best movies of the year.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go see that soon. I haven't gotten to it yet.
I have not seen it.
I saw it literally yesterday. It's so good. It's better than you expect it to be, low-key. That's all I say.
I mean.
So to preface this list, I included some of these movies were kind of a synthesis between like the movies I liked and also the movies that I like saw with like people, and that kind of mattered to me in terms of like my memory of the year and friendships and stuff. Okay, so number 7 is a theater camp.
Oh,
I saw this movie in theaters, and it wasn't like my top favorite of the year, but I really did love it when I saw it. It has so much heart.
Yeah, I was really surprised by how good I thought it was.
Yeah, it is a little bit surprising how good it is.
Yeah, I liked Ben Platt, which is crazy.
Molly Gordon's like a great partner for him in this movie.
Oh yeah, I think they kind of conceptualized the movie based on their own childhoods, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, you can tell they definitely have a connection.
I loved the bits. I thought the bits were classic. The finale.
They were funny. Like, this is a comedy that's funny to the point you will be laughing out loud.
Yeah, it was really funny. Honestly,
this isn't like a little chuckle, like a little snore through your nose. Like, no, you will laugh at this movie.
Yeah, I thought it was so like refreshing to have like a movie that was like funny. Like,
yeah, you don't have to force yourself to laugh. You just laugh with it.
For sure. And then also the emotional beats I thought were pretty effective as well.
Yeah, it really has a strong emotional base.
Okay. Number 6, Bottoms.
Oh, I've been waiting.
Confession, I haven't seen Bottoms.
What?
I haven't either. Oh my gosh, but I've
I
seen
really
The
wanted to see
Bear.
it so badly, and I haven't gone around to it.
After seeing, I'm probably gonna butcher her name, but Ayo Edebiri in The Bear, I've
Oh,
been wanting
yeah.
to just go through the discography or the filmography. Like, it was so bad.
Yeah, she's so good in The Bear. I fucking
She
love The
is.
Bear.
Oh
I
my
could keep
gosh.
talking about The Bear for like an hour.
Yes. Also in theater
That's
camp, by the way.
real.
We didn't mention that.
Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, she's so brilliant. I
Real.
just,
She had a great year. She was like everything.
yes, she was.
So Lucas, by your token, this is a better Nicholas Galitzine or whatever his name is movie this year, right?
Better what movie?
Nicholas, whatever his last name is, Galitzine, I think.
What was the other one that he was in?
He was in the white, and royal blue. I can't fucking say that.
Oh, I mean, okay, that's kind of a complicated question because I thought, I mean, I feel like he had more to do in the red, white, and royal blue movie.
Well, there was a lot of doing in that movie.
For sure.
So,
Yeah, he had a lot more to
He has
do.
a full ass man to
He had
do.
a he had a full man to do in that movie.
yeah.
But that movie was fine. I mean, I liked it more than I feel like I thought I would. But Bottoms, I felt like was just like a good movie, and I mean, he was good. I mean, the Nicholas guy was good in Bottoms. But the star is really like the main cast and
Rachel Sennot's so funny, and
yes, Rachel Sonnett.
I loved her in Shiva Baby, and I haven't ever stopped like wanting to see things she's in since.
Yeah, they're the main character, the two main characters' vibe is like so chaotic and like gloriously toxic in a way that is like just great. Yeah, I feel like it's not obviously not a perfect movie, and I think film Twitter should probably chill about it.
Oh,
There's so much discourse, and it's so useless.
It's so useless. I mean, but I mean, it's not like I didn't walk out of it wanting things to probably be a little different. I just like the context around Bottoms. I saw it with like a mutual on Twitter.
Oh yeah, you saw it with Art, didn't you?
I did. I saw it with Art, and that was just such a great experience that I really felt satisfied by. So I put Bottoms above Theater Camp, even though Theater Camp because I saw it alone. I saw Theater Camp alone in the same theater. So
I saw Theater Camp with my mom.
Bottoms gets more points for me.
All right, you're gonna have to defend this next placement.
Oh, in terms of
you might have to defend the next two actually.
Oh, I put Napoleon below Air.
What?
Air slaps. Air is great.
Oh.
No. My question is, what about Napoleon?
Napoleon's good. Napoleon's really good. I liked it a lot.
I haven't seen it, but
I haven't either. I've seen Air though.
I wanted to see it, and then nothing was convincing me that I should still want to go see it.
What I'll tell you is that the movie speaks for itself, and all the discourse is extremely stupid.
Does it have the juice?
It has juice. I mean, there are great performances, great scenes in it. I mean, did you see his last film, The Last Duel?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, you should see that because that's also really good. But I think it's kind of it kind of has this understated energy about it. And I think it baits people to call it boring, but I think it's just, I don't know, I think it's really good. Joaquin Phoenix is spectacular. Vanessa Kirby is probably my favorite performance in the movie. She's just so hot.
I like her as an actress.
Yeah. For sure. Napoleon is good. I liked it a lot. But I did like Air just a little bit more.
Okay, I will say I don't love Air, but I do like Air. It is kind of peak dad cinema.
I love Air so much.
Air is such a movie you can go with your dad, and your dad will be like, "It's the best movie I've seen all year."
Yeah,
yeah, that's exactly what it was. That was literally it. Like for me, like that was that
it's a
exact
little fun,
scenario.
though.
Yeah.
It's a little clunky, but I think it's got the juice. I think the scenes with Viola Davis and um
Ben Affleck's so funny in
Ben
this
Affleck
movie.
is great. I think what's his name? The main character.
Matt Damon, or as Sunny,
Matt Damon.
Sunny,
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
Matt Damon has so much juice in this movie. It's insane. He's so good.
Well, it's Matt Damon.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I love Air. I mean, I like
man has shoes.
it's so cozy. It's just like a cozy movie. The stakes are so low, but you just get to hang out with these people, like just at a
Chill ass movie.
It's chill. I mean,
Chill little yap sesh.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They're yapping. They're just yapping the whole time about shoes and stuff and basketball. They love
They're
basketball.
yapping about shoes and Michael Jordan and
Michael Jordan.
basketball.
It's good. It's great vibes. It's corporate espionage at its finest. It's so good.
So real.
And then I put Across the Spider-Verse.
I saw this 3 times in theaters.
Did you?
Damn.
Yeah,
I think I saw,
twice in 3 days, actually.
I think I saw it 2 times.
I've seen it once.
I'll talk about it later when I bring it out.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it. We could talk about Across the Spider-Verse later in your list, in the context of your.
I mean, you can talk about it right now if you want.
Oh, I mean, I think it's just like obviously good. Like
Yeah.
in terms of movies, I mean, I don't know.
What more is there to say?
I don't know if I have like. I think I have a closer relationship to AR, honestly.
That's insane.
Well, okay.
That is kind of
Having a
insane.
relationship with a piece of art is different from like liking it.
Fair, I guess.
The Nike commercial.
But I mean, Across the Spider-Verse is like a home run of like a movie. Like it's so
It's a victory lap.
it's so undeniably good. Like I think even with the whole controversy with like the multiple edits and how the edits are different, I don't think it matters all that much. Like
The edits are so stupid. Like, why does it matter?
the movie is so self-evident. The soundtrack is so good. The emotional, like the way they set up the character arcs are so good. People say that it ends on a cliffhanger and it's not a complete movie. What people need to understand is that
The Empire Strikes Back ended on a cliffhanger.
that's true.
Motherfuckers.
For sure. But also, it makes a lot more sense if you just accept the fact that Gwen is the main character of the movie.
True.
Kind of is. In ways.
In ways, they kind of share main character vibes.
They're kind of co-main characters of this movie.
It's true.
There's definitely still Miles, but
Yeah.
she has a much more prominent role.
Yes, much more prominent. Well, her arc with her dad is kind of.
It's very important.
Yes. Asteroid City.
Haven't seen this one, but
I'm gonna say I saw
want
this
to.
I saw this very recently. I didn't put it on my list. I liked it. I'm not sure it fully came together for me, and that just may be a me issue. But I liked a lot of what was going on in it, and what it was doing.
Yeah, I thought it just kind of spoke to my person in a very profound way. In terms of its like overall vibe and theming and everything about it.
Very. If you like Wes Anderson, you will like this movie.
If you don't like Wes Anderson, you will hate this.
You
movie.
will not. Yes.
If you don't like Wes Anderson, you will absolutely despise this movie.
If you don't know who Wes Anderson is, you will have a fun time
You'll probably like it.
figuring out which side you're on.
All right. Hit us with the bomb.
And then I put
Oh my God.
I put Oppenheimer number 1. Easily my favorite movie of the year. I saw it 3 times in 3 different formats. That's so good.
Oh my God.
Bros, we're so back.
Oppenheimer, we're so back. Oppeners, we're so back. Welcome to the Oppeners podcast, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to the
I loved Oppenheimer.
Oppicast.
Oppicast.
Yes.
It's so good.
I mean, everything that there is to say has kind of been said.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. All right, I have some movies.
You got some.
Yes.
I did not rank these because I didn't really know how I felt. I have Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And also on a preface, there are a lot of movies that are not here. I just haven't gotten to most of them.
Yeah.
That's mostly
That's
it.
real. Yeah.
I'll get to them eventually, probably close to award season. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, great blockbuster, a movie that feels like a complete movie that kind of finishes off a lot of character arcs and has some really thoughtful thematic content.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 slaps so much.
Definitely
It was
stops.
It was
Definitely
a
stops.
time. It was a time.
The one stain on it though that kind of stops it from being all that it could be is in the game for sure.
Is the what?
Is a Infinity War and Endgame and like the events that happen to the characters.
Yeah, but I don't fault the movie for some things that are outside of its control.
That's fair, but for sure there's some element of it that it's like, okay, they have to have that elevator scene where he's like rambling about the events of Endgame, just so we can explain how
Yeah,
almost everything is different now.
because let's be real here, not every Guardians of the Galaxy fan has watched the MCU religiously.
That's true. I do like the plot, the setup. I love the rocket stuff is amazing.
The Rocket backstory is like everything we could ask for.
It's true. I have not.
It was really rewarding.
Very rewarding, and I love how they tie in the villain of this one into characters that have shown up previously.
Yeah, villain is so good in this movie.
That kind of contextualizes the new guy showing up as like a important part.
We love villains who are definitively evil and well portrayed.
Yeah, I liked that he was evil. Like there was no moral gray area.
He was actually evil. He was just straight up a bad dude.
Yeah, love that for that guy.
Love that. Don't love that for him, but love that for the movie.
It's true. It's true. They dropped the F-bomb in the movie.
They did.
They did. I have not seen Maestro, but the reports on the street is that Bradley Cooper was better in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 than he was in Maestro.
This could be true. He was probably better in Licorice Pizza, and I haven't seen Maestro.
Oh my gosh, Licorice Pizza is insane.
Licorice Pizza. I'm finished with being on the fence. I love Licorice Pizza. I won't apologize for it.
It was just such a fever dream of a movie for me. I don't even know.
It's such a rush of adrenaline the entire way through.
Yeah.
A rush?
Yes.
It's just a rush of like positive like vibes.
It's just the vibes of the movie.
Yeah. I want to give a shout to Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Came out early in the year, didn't make a lot of noise. Judy Blume adaptation with Rachel McAdams, a good young first time or breakout performance. Benny Sadfi plays the dad. It has some really interesting thoughts on religion. I think it's a really great coming of age movie. And I think it didn't get the love that it deserved. So I want to give it a shout.
I did not see it, I'll say.
Most people haven't. I have Theater Camp, kind of explained it. It's just funny, a lot of heart, great performances. Just a nice movie. Barbie, everything has been said about Barbie.
Yes.
I have the Holdovers on here. I saw it fairly recently.
I really want to see that.
It's very feel good. In a good way though. I think it has some good performances. I think a lot of what's going on is great. And it's kind of a Christmas movie, so have a good new Christmas movie.
Yeah, I might convince my family to watch it as a Christmas movie.
You should. It'd probably be a good watch. I have Cross Spider-Verse. We talked about it. I just think it does so much well.
Yeah.
It really hits every mark.
Yeah, for sure.
But please pay your VFX workers better and don't work them to death. That's my only request.
That's my only Christmas wish for 2024. I just want people to be treated fine.
Yes.
All right. This is my top 3 now. This is actually like top 3 territory. May, December. This was the most recent addition to the list. It's on Netflix right now. It's with Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman. Charles Melton has like a revelatory performance in this. Like, this is not Riverdale.
Yeah.
This movie is dealing with really like this method actor interviewing this family, which was in like a tabloid romance. She had an affair with a 13-year-old boy. And now they're married with kids. And so it's so unnerving, and it's very subtle, and it doesn't beat you over the head with its themes. And I think that's what works so well about it.
It does, however, beat you over the head with that main theme, which is why I think a lot of people came out of it thinking that it was like camp to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I guess. I would say it's probably also because the piano score, but the piano score fucks.
I agree.
I will say. And it kind of gives like this kind of unnerving tension to it.
Oh, yeah.
Oppenheimer, phenomenal movie.
Phenomenal.
I can't say anything original about it. Killers of the Flower Moon, Scorsese. He did it again. Lily Gladstone should definitely win an award this year.
That's the one.
That's
the one movie I feel the guiltiest about not having seen yet.
I haven't seen it either. I feel like I haven't seen any of these movies. I feel bad.
What movies have you seen?
Well, the thing is that I haven't really been on like my like actively going out to the movies grind. I've been more just like
not even Barbie.
Well, I went to go see Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Like those, yeah. And I'm going to see the new Sydney Sweeney movie this weekend with my friend.
Or whatever it's called.
And Anyone But You.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that one. And I've been meaning to watch Saltburn. But this movie
about watching that.
What?
I've been so tentative about watching that.
Yeah, I've heard things and I'm just like, I don't know. But I've just been watching a lot of like, not necessarily movies that like came out this year.
Yeah,
because I just don't have the time.
Definitely. Killers of the Flower Moon. I mean, I cried multiple times during it. It's just emotionally devastating, but it's very effective. Every part of it is just very good. Scorsese's on his A game. That's my movies. That's my list.
So this actually might be a little reductive of a question, but which one actually are you putting over the other? Killers of the Flower Moon or Oppenheimer?
Killers of the Flower Moon, I think.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay. All right. Just.
It might change, but that's my opinion right now.
Completely valid. I've heard it. I've heard it's like one of the best movies, just generally speaking.
It's really good. I mean, generally, I don't think you can not recommend it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are our lists. So just doing a Taylor Swift news and then just a little bit personal, and then we'll end it.
Yeah, I mean, does Karina have
Okay.
anything that she listens to this year that she wants to give a shout out?
Literally, not that, not really. Not that I can think of, like just off the top.
Completely valid.
You guys kind of just covered a lot of it, so
Awesome.
Yeah, we're kind of freaks. We watch and listen.
Honestly, having detailed lists about everything you thought about in a year is low key unnormal behavior.
real.
We like to preach how we're like not terminally online or not too weird or whatever, but we are kind of weird.
I'm totally terminally online. What are you talking about? I never touch grass.
All right, let's get into the Taylor Swift news. That's just kind of obligatory.
Obligatory Taylor Swift news.
Yes.
People are canceling her again. For the 100th.
Yeah. There is a specific. Okay, so it said, during her romance with Travis Kelce, she's produced 138 tons of carbon emissions in 3 months.
Oof. The allegations are severe.
That's gonna be a bonkers for me.
It's gonna be a yikes for me.
Gonna be a yikes from me, pal. I mean, she literally.
Is there any other Taylor Swift news?
She literally jets everywhere. She goes.
A little concerning.
I don't think there's any other Taylor Swift news. I feel like people are constantly talking about her, but it's kind of been quiet on the Taylor front.
Yeah, I think so too. So personal life. I mentioned this. I'm not sure if it was on the episode that we never released, but I did perform at the concert with the choir.
Yes.
Last night, actually.
Yes, how did that go?
Yeah, it was my first time performing with a choir, which was weird because I've never accompanied anybody before. It went pretty well, though.
Nice.
That's good.
It's a good experience.
Were the people in the choir and the director, were they complimentary of your pianoing?
Yes, but it's not like I don't know them personally, most of them, so.
Oh, that's valid.
The music geeks really do these things together.
It's true.
Also, speaking of musical things, I had musical auditions on Tuesday.
Oh yes.
So when I tell you I've been busy.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
For what musical? If you can say.
I told you. Do you want to talk about Xanadu?
Oh gosh, no, I don't want to talk about Xanadu. Xanadu is awful. Oh my gosh. Oh god.
Xanadu, roller skating, 80s, Electric Light Orchestra, Olivia Newton-John, and Greek mythology.
It's so
wow.
I'm actually curious, but so I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I keep a live ranking of every single musical that I've ever seen, ranked by how good I think the show is. I think Xanadu is literally third to last.
Wow, that is insane.
The only shows that I think are worse are Head Over Heels, which is the
I feel like I've heard of that.
It's there's like an 80s band. It's a jukebox musical. Xanadu also a jukebox musical.
Tears for Fears.
No, not Head. No. Different Head Over Heels. It's the Head Over Heels. It's like a completely different song, musical. It is the Go-Go's.
The Go-Go's.
The Go-Go's.
What the fuck?
Yes, they made it.
I'm not crazy about the Go-Go's.
Yes, it's a Go-Go's It's a Go Go's jukebox musical. It is exactly not what you think it is. So
Oh,
it's very weird, very bad. Um, and then there's a random '80s jukebox musical that you've definitely never heard of. It's called Back to the '80s. It's essentially a Footloose ripoff. That's the worst musical I've ever seen.
at least rip off.
Xanadu is third to last. I think I just hate '80s jukebox musicals.
That's valid though.
Uh,
I feel like that's valid.
Speaking of musicals, I went to rehearsal today for my high school productions of, for my old high school's production of The Little Mermaid.
Oh,
That they're working on. I think they're looking pretty good. They're doing it in like February, so they have like January to clean it up and everything. And then Jenna, you're so shady in the group chat.
Sorry. Tammy was starting a space right around the time we were starting up the podcast, so I didn't even notice that.
And so then I'm also singing a song in a church on next Sunday, which I think is like literally Christmas Eve. So that'll be.
oh,
It's
Yeah.
me on guitar singing and my brother on trombone. We're duetting. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, so you guys are home for Christmas. I'm going up to see relatives. Y'all got anything special planned apart from Christmas?
not really.
After Christmas, I'm going up to New York, and I'm singing some stuff.
Or any special traditions to speak of?
I mean, no. I'm just happy to be home. Like, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
That's valid. I have like multiple friends who are going into pre-med,
Yeah,
and I cannot imagine.
we're exhausted.
You really do not get a break. I want to speak just briefly about a tradition that I have for the holidays. And it's not watching Christmas Vacation every year. That's boring. It's my nana is Italian,
Mhm.
and she cooks for like the and obviously has the aunts in the kitchen. So Italians eat a 7 fish dinner for
Oh, yeah.
Christmas. So it's like salad, and then it's spaghetti. It's like a pasta, but we usually have spaghetti and meatballs. And then 7 different fishes. It's genuinely unhinged. And then dessert.
Yeah. The episode of The Bear where they went over that was also
I felt
extremely
so seen.
unhinged.
I've never felt so represented by cinema apart from Jules and Euphoria.
Oh my gosh.
Genuinely, like I've seen trans characters that have made me feel represented. The Bear makes me feel proud to be an Italian American. Totally unironically.
Episode 2, Deja Vu, low key.
Indulgent. But yeah, and they're making the 7 fishes in the kitchen. I was like, oh my god, that's literally my fucking family.
That's literally
Are
me.
they making it right now?
Literally me.
They're pre-cooking it, like they're getting it ready for like days in advance.
No, it was like the day of.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. No, that kitchen is cooking from like before noon till like 7. I think that's about it though.
That's about it. It's been like
This is probably
it's been the next day for like 3 minutes now where I am.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's been the next day for an hour and 3 minutes here.
Oh my gosh.
But it's alright. I was up later finishing a school project last night, so
Yikes.
okay, we've all
Yeah.
We've all been there.
as always. This is probably going to be our last podcast of the year.
It's
Oh my gosh.
definitely either our last podcast of the year or our first podcast of next year, depending how long it takes me to edit.
Okay, it can't be that long.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year's.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy New Year's. We're gonna
Thank you for joining us, Karina.
Thank you for joining us, Karina. We really
Of
appreciate
course.
your presence.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
we really
me.
do.
It's low key a lot better that you're here. Than it is
Yeah,
alone.
we yapped for so much longer than we usually do.
We yapped for so long. Swifter fans better
Yes.
appreciate the 2-hour episode.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, we really have been talking that long.
Yes, we have.
You're gonna have a really fun time editing
This was
this
the
one.
holiday special.
The holiday.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. For sure.
With friends, as it should be.
Yes.
Alright. Let's plug socials. You can find me at Fiona Appletree with 1A on Twitter.
You can find
Yes.
me, you can find me on x.com at Lucas_copy_1.
Yes.
Has to be if you want to.
My Twitter is Puducat, Puducat. So that's it.
That's it. Thank you for listening. If you're still
Yes.
listening,
If you're still listening, we love
hit it.
it.
And
Yes.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy whatever. Happy New Year, maybe
Happy New
even.
Year, Merry Christmas, Happy everything, and most of all, Free Palestine.